The Odyssey, you ought to see how much it'll cost you to see this in IMAX as Nolan intended. 760 Rand to be exact for you and a mate or a date to go and see this in IMAX. But let me tell you why I think this will be your best cinema experience this year. Hi, I'm Taste, internet nerd and liker of things, and this week we're getting a taste of The Odyssey. Fun fact about this movie, this is actually the most commercially successful R-rated movie of all time, grossing in $1.3 billion to date. It's actually also Christopher Nolan's most successful movie at the box office yet. So, The Odyssey, who's in it, what's it about? Now, if you didn't know, The Odyssey is an adaptation of Homer's poem, The Odyssey, which follows Odysseus, a general in the Trojan War who has just fought for 10 years and found victory and is now trying to make his way back home. Now, if you thought Waze took you the difficult way back home, you need to buckle up for this one. Over the course of the movie, it'll follow the perils that Odysseus and his army go through to try and make their way back to Ithaca. This movie, while it follows on from the events of the Trojan War, is not a direct sequel to 2004's Troy, starring Brad Pitt and Eric Bana. But I would strongly encourage anyone who's not familiar with the source material to actually watch that movie and then watch this, because this picks up right where that movie left off, at the fall of Troy. And I definitely think it'll help a lot of the names, places, and people make sense. Speaking of people, this movie has everyone and their mom in it, all the way from John Bernthal to Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o. Listen, if you can think of a star in this day and age, they're probably in this movie. It's even got Travis Scott. Lovely! Funny enough, the movie actually starts and ends with Travis Scott. A trick! A horse! Everyone involved did a great job of delivering what their character needed to deliver to move the story along. And boy oh boy did that story move from pillar to post. Funny enough, this movie is actually shot across a number of locations, including Greece, Morocco, Italy, Scotland. I'm wondering whether the cast were on the real Odyssey or Odysseus and his men. It really takes so many twists and turns, and what I like is that there's a point in the film where they lay out how the rest of the movie is going to go, and it never feels like a spoiler or as though the anticipation and the actual experience of those things is taken away from you because of how well Christopher Nolan unravels this narratively. Further, I like the variation in all the different threats and perils they face. This movie deals with monsters, it deals with armies, it deals with conflict, it deals with magic, it also deals with politics. By the way, this is a swords and sandals kind of movie. All that to say, Christopher Nolan delivers a masterclass in this one of tying the golden thread and keeping the narrative the main thing. And of course, a lot of this narrative is delivered through Matt Damon. While I didn't hate his portrayal of Odysseus, I did feel as though it gave tired middle-aged dad just trying to get the job done. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. Feel about that how you will. Some people do feel as though this portrayal didn't bring the same cunning, the same wit that Odysseus is known for in the source material. And to that I say, I guess it's a good thing I never read Homer's poem, because I liked it. I must say, my only nitpick of the film is that the immersion at times was broken due to the dialect used. Now, I'm aware that this was a deliberate choice by the director, but I must say, personally for me, this was lost on me. It's difficult to transport myself to ancient Greece when Telemachus is calling Odysseus dad. Another complaint that viewers had is that the armor and some of the equipment and machinery etc. is not period accurate, and to that I say thank goodness I went to public school, because honestly I couldn't tell, but the dialect was definitely a bit distracting. I think it's pretty safe to say if that's your only complaint, then this was a great experience overall. From the booming auditory techniques used, as well as the stunning cinematography, this movie took me on a journey that few other movies have, and also at some point in the movie manages to deliver on all the action that you would expect from a mid-year blockbuster. Christopher Nolan has once again managed to add to his already illustrious catalog of absolute classic films, and I also think when it comes to the swords and sandals genre that other movies like Gladiator, Troy, Conan have all managed to solidify themselves in, I think the Odyssey is the latest entry in terms of those classics. All this to say, if I had to recommend whether you should watch, wait for, or skip this one, you already know what I'm going to say. Go on ahead and just watch it. If you're a fellow film fanatic, be sure to drop a follow, and also let me know what you thought about the Odyssey. Actually, if we had to pit it up against the other swords and sandals epics, which of them do you think is the best? Till next time, I'll see you at the movies.